Good morning. Thanks for joining me on my walk. Today I'd like to talk to you for a little bit about our adversary. You know, the Bible talks about how that there are three sources of temptation in our life: the world, the flesh, the devil. And so many people, when they mess up, they instantly blame the devil. And it could be that Satan tempted them and caused them to fall. But what I've discovered over many years of walking with Jesus, that my flesh and myself cause so much problems for me, it's hardly even necessary to factor in the devil because I can be my own worst enemy. But there's some things about our adversary that I think are grossly misunderstood. Let's take a minute and play a game of opposites. If I say white, you'd say black. If I said dark, you'd say light. If I say night, you'd say day. And if I said God, most people would say the devil. Because we think the devil is the equal and opposite of God. And nothing could be further from the truth. You know, there are three words that we use to describe God: omnipresent, omniscient, and omnipotent. So God has these qualities, and only God has these qualities. The devil does not have them. Take, for example, omnipresence. God can be everywhere at the same time. He can be in every heart, in every mind, in every person all around the world. Satan does not have that ability. He is a created being. He can only be in one place at one time, which means if he's at your house, he can't be at my house. If he's in the White House, he can't be over in Moscow. Now, he can move swiftly from place to place. How swiftly, we don't know, but he's a special created being, an angelic cherub who has this ability to move from place to place. So how fast, we don't know, but his movement from place to place makes it appear as if he is omnipresent, but he's not. He's limited. He's also not omniscient. The Bible says God knows everything, and that God understands our thoughts afar off. In other words, God can read our minds. He knows what we're thinking, how we're feeling. He knows everything about us. Does Satan have this power? Absolutely not. Satan does not have the ability to read your mind. Now, the battleground in the spiritual life is the mind. It's the temptation he presents to us, but he can't know what you're thinking unless you tell him what you're thinking. He is not omniscient, and he is also not omnipotent. He doesn't have all power. God has all power. Satan himself does not. He's a powerful being for sure, but he is not all powerful. Take, for example, you know, the Bible says, resist the devil and he'll flee from you. You and I have the power within ourselves and within God to resist whatever the tempter is saying to us or doing to us in the moment. We have this power to resist him. In fact, the Bible says, greater is he who's in you than he who's in the world. And this is talking about Satan, that God has this power that's greater than our enemy. So Satan is not omnipresent, Satan is not omniscient, and Satan is not omnipotent. But we serve the only being who exists in the universe who's all three. God is everywhere. He's omnipresent. He knows everything. He's omniscient, and he has all the power. He is omnipotent. So the power the enemy has is the power we give to him. If you resist the enemy will flee. Remember always that God who's in you is greater than the one who's in the world. God bless. See you again real soon.